Hey guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to talk about voyeurism in targeting. So if you guys remember, not too long ago, probably like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months ago, I got an email from a live Jasmine site stating that my account, which was still active from when I made it 4 years ago and never used it, was going to be deleted. Now, I got this email, and I think like anybody would, it kind of set an alarm off for me. Because throughout my whole experience in Miami and with the targeting, I always felt like there was an element of voyeurism to all this. Not to mention the club that I worked at in Chicago had a security system where everything everywhere was being recorded, which I do on one hand agree with that because of security purposes, but on another hand, like, it kind of makes me nervous because, you know, without their knowledge, they could be getting hacked into, and this stuff could be being live fed, live streamed on an internet somewhere. I know how this stuff works. It's not me being paranoid. This stuff is actually happening today. So when I got that email, I was like, oh my gosh, like, that was probably one of my biggest fears, is that happening. So I emailed these people and I requested everything that was on that live Jasmine account to be sent to me. So how long was it? It was like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 weeks later. It wasn't too long ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I get an email from Live Jasmine, and they sent me everything that was in the account, and it was just like the opening tabs when I was first like messing on the website. There was no like video footage on there or nothing of me uploaded to the website, but still, it was just not a good feeling to have an email like that sent to me. But I'm going to link that video where I talk about that down below, but there is stuff like this happening, and people need to be aware and just not so trusting of people. Like, I know there's a lot of people that go on the internet and find roommates and stuff. Like, in this day and age, that stuff is not really a good idea because of the things that are going on. So most of the stuff that I say is just to spread awareness because of the situation that I went through. So in Miami-Dade, a man is accused of setting up 2 cameras to secretly videotape a female roommate. Raishun Ping was arrested Tuesday and faces charges of video voyeurism. According to an arrest report, the roommate noticed a camera in the air vent above her bedroom door on December 23rd. So that was something that I experienced, like things that I would do, things that I had in my room, like people would say those things to me, like kind of as a means to freak me out. So I would freak out on them, but usually I would just ignore it. But I would take like mental notes of this stuff that like they know what's in my room. They know what I was holding on to that day. So there is obviously a camera in here. And like things I would say, like private conversations on the telephone, would be repeated back to me, just an indirect conversation, because that's a tool that gang stalkers use, is indirect conversation. So phone conversations, nobody's around, and it's being repeated back to me by a stranger at my gym or at the grocery store. Then also I stopped, having guests over because I didn't want to be recorded in my room. So like I would change like really quick and just go wherever I needed to go, because I just felt like that there was an element of voyeurism going on. Then it didn't help that the guy across the way from me would stand out on his balcony at 11, 12 at night with a camera And one time I came home and I'm just like, hey, dude, like, what's up with the cameras? And he was just like, oh, I'm just a black man trying to enjoy my view on my balcony. And then and I'm like, whoa. And that's how, like, that whole, like, social bias thing came into play. I'm like, this is not a race issue. This is a single woman coming home and seeing her neighbor across the way with cameras directly pointing where I'm walking. So it was just like a lot of, I don't know, it was just like Spy City. Like, and that's what China is. And how does China drag into all this? Notice that this person was Chinese. China is a surveillance state. Okay, so when they get into communism, that's like one of the first things they do is they surveil everything. They want to know everybody's whereabouts at all times. You know, you got the casinos with the facial recognition scanners. I believe that I was brought to a casino on Thanksgiving for the purpose of my face to be recognition scanned at a casino. So that was something that happened too. I, was out with someone who I thought was a friend, and I believe that something like that took place where my face was recognition scanned. Because I told you guys about the Hard Rock, how I got a call for that, and I was not stepping foot on the Hard Rock after everything that I learned previously to this phone call. So, yeah. So, you don't want to be paranoid, because this is definitely something that makes you sound paranoid, but this is something that's happening in this world. So I'm not trying to point the finger at China, but they are trying to become the world power. And there are people in this country that are helping them, American people, American citizens, that are helping them achieve this goal within the United States. So that's what we got going on right now. So that's all I have to say for today. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.